board holds a unique position. They're the leader of the boardroom, but they're also the key conduit between management and the board. Internally, the chair's like the conductor of the orchestra. They're making sure that the board's as effective as possible. Externally, they're often the spokesperson for the board, maybe for the company. But perhaps the most delicate part of their role is the relationship between chair and CEO. And it's often said that this relationship's one where they should be friendly, but not friends, which denotes a balance. And I thought I'd talk about that balance and some of the things I've seen in practice. So on one hand, there can be a risk that the chair and CEO are too close. And how I hear that manifesting itself is essentially through some division in the board, where the board feels that the chair is more aligned to the CEO than to the other directors. And indeed, it's often the case that the chair spends more time with the CEO than they do with their peer directors. The second thing I often hear is that the chair and the CEO are bringing a predetermined position to the board on matters. The third thing is that the CEO is potentially managing the board because of the closeness of the relationship. And the fourth thing that I sometimes hear is that the CEO performance issues aren't addressed in a timely way, again because potentially the chair's too close to the CEO. Now conversely, if the chair and CEO aren't close, we've got another set of problems, and essentially they're around information flows. Because of course we want the chair and CEO, particularly in between meetings, to be able to have regular discussions. That's how we make sure the board gets accurate, timely and open communication on matters affecting and relevant to the board. So what's the way we can get the right balance? I think there's 4 things to bear in mind in this regard. The first is it can be really useful for a chair and CEO to have some set meeting times. It might be weekly, might be fortnightly, and perhaps with just a short number of issues that are standard issues, and of course other issues might be added, but a set of standard issues that form the basis of that discussion. Secondly, some board-only time, making sure that the board's got time together without the CEO or any other members of the management team to talk about matters themselves, and that typically happens in in-camera sessions, but also board-only dinners. Thirdly, regular chair performance reviews. And obviously, boards should feel that they're able to give the chair feedback at any stage, but having a set item in the board's annual work plan whereby there is a performance review of the chair, as there is of other directors, can be a really useful catalyst for any issues to be aired. And then fourthly, making sure there's a really good CEO performance framework and review process in place, and involving not just the chair but at least one other director, so that there's another conduit for both providing feedback from directors to the CEO and also bringing that back to the board. So that chair and CEO relationship is absolutely critical. It's critical to get the right balance, to be friendly but not friends, and it really assists in getting not only an effective board but also effective governance.